now after this much, that means now we can understand that once it is given to us that the time of journey from point of projection to anywhere in projectile, either that point is in ascending phase or descending phase, we can definitely find out the velocity at that point as well as its direction. Fine. So now after knowing this much, we can make this argument that in this is the way it is clear that velocity of the particle is gradually decreasing during the ascending motion, that is from A to B, because G is vertically downward in direction. G acting vertically downward is acting as a retardating factor against the vertical velocity, so which is decreasing. So in this way, when particle reaches the point B, at that time we can say at B the horizontal velocity available, but at B, the topmost point, vertical velocity becomes 0, right. That is the reason why it is said to be the highest point of the projectile. After crossing that point, particle does not have any further chance to move further upward, rather from there onwards it starts moving downward, because G is still available on the particle when it is at the topmost point, when its vertical velocity is 0, right. So for A to B, if we discuss about the vertical velocity, so vertical velocity decreases from u sin theta to 0, because at B the vertical velocity becomes 0. At A the vertical velocity was u sin theta. So numerically vertical velocity decreases from u sin theta to the value 0. So if we want to know the time taken to travel for A to B, for calculating TAB, we can use this information that during this time vertical velocity changes its magnitude from starting u sin theta to 0. So whenever it becomes vertically 0 in velocity, that means it has reached the topmost point of the projectile. So what we can do then, along vertical for A to B, we can write down it is something like that. At B vertical velocity 0, at A vertical velocity is u sin theta minus G into TAB. So during TAB time the vertical velocity decreases from u sin theta to 0. So final velocity equal to initial minus gt, V is equal to u plus at formula, minus G because taking upward positive, downward will be negative. So from this equation I can write down TAB will be equal to u sin theta by G. If you say it, the time taken to travel from A to B, it is coming u sin theta by G, which is called half of the time of flight in general cases, but not every time. It is half of the time of flight in normal cases, subject to the condition. Pardon? U sin theta is not 0. I am saying that u sin theta changes. Follow the language properly. Vertical velocity decreases from u sin theta to 0, not only u sin theta equal to 0. Okay. Vertical velocity which was initially had some magnitude which is continuously decreasing. So continuously decreasing, it finally becomes 0 once it reaches B. The reason behind, there is a continuous presence of G in the vertical downward direction, that is minimizing the vertically upward directed velocity. So the time taken from A to B is u sin theta by g, right? Then time taken for BC, that too will be equal to time taken for AB. Why? Because while going from A to B, the vertical height gained by the particle will be equal to the vertical height lost by it in moving further from B to C. The diagram also suggesting same. Yes or no? According to the diagram, I can say while going from A to B, this is the vertical height gain, let it be h. While moving from B to C, the vertical height lost will be same. So for equal vertical upward and downward motion under the same value of g, it is known as ascending time is equal to descending time. Are you getting me? For a certain vertical journey in the upward direction, time taken will be same if it falls through the same height. The downward motion, it will take the same time as it took for the ascending motion for that particular height gain. Are you getting it? So that's why it is called ascending time flight will be equal to descending time flight, subject to the condition ascending vertical motion and descending vertical motion both goes through same separation, and g remains, that is acceleration remains same, either it is ascending part or descending part. G appears vertically downward during ascending, even that g acts vertically downward during descending. So g does not change itself, either the motion is upward or downward. So both cases going through equal displacement in vertical plane, travelling vertical height h, it is falling through the same height to reach the point C. So therefore we can say time of flight that is equal to TABC, that is A to C rather, will be twice of TAB, or we can write down it is 2u sin theta by g, right? This is the time of flight formula in projectile. 2u sin theta by g, where u is the initial velocity, theta is the initial angle of projection with the horizontal. But always be careful, this formula should only be used in such projectile where projectile is discussed up to the last point, which is appearing on the same horizontal line, which is the line from where it was projected. Are you getting me? For example, in a projectile like this, particle is thrown this way and projectile is ending somewhere here. So there is a vertical gap clearly visible between initial and final point of projectile, and if you are asked what is the time of flight, still if you use the formula 2u sin theta by g, so it will be a wrong answer. U sin theta by g we are getting considering the fact that ascending motion time and descending motion times are same. So that's why never do the mistake, never use this formula as a time of flight in those cases where final point is not on the same horizontal level as that of the initial point of projection. Are you getting me? If final point anywhere above the initial point or final point is anywhere below the initial point, in both the cases time of flight will not be equal to 2u sin theta by g. There is a very common mistake that student do in their problem solving part, that they consider time of flight always as 2u sin theta by g. So answer is no. Is it clear? It is only applicable when we are discussing the projectile up to the final point appearing on the same level as that of the initial point. Whenever A and C, initial and final points will be having vertical gap or vertical separation like that, then time of flight formula will be something different. Could you follow this? Could you follow the trick? How to use the correct equation and where it should be used? Getting it now? I will give you one more idea for getting this formula of 2u sin theta by g. Why I am saying that this is not applicable in this particular case. In this particular case, 2u sin theta by g can't be written as a time of flight. The reason behind, say, in this case, in this particular case, initial point and final point are on same level. If I ask you that, tell me the vertical displacement in the overall journey from A to C in the general case, as because the line on which A and C has been shown as its existence, so both of them are lying on horizontal line, so vertical separation between them, won't it be 0? Won't it be 0 as the vertical separation between A and C? Come on, tell me yes or no. Won't it be 0 as the vertical separation between A and B, C? Can I write down vertical separation between A and C? Won't it be 0? Yes or no? If the vertical separation in the overall journey from A to C is 0, then using S is equal to ut plus half at square along vertically, right? If I use this formula along vertically between A and C, so between A and C along vertical, S to be used 0, U to be used as U sin theta, because when we write down one equation, when we try to use one equation along a specific line, that means all the vectorial terms available in that equation, all of them must be vectorially available along that line. So if we are talking about vertical displacement, so initial velocity that should be taken vertical, A that too should be taken vertical. So initial velocity is u sin theta and A to be used as minus g, because acceleration is vertically as g in the downward direction. So therefore it will be 0 equal to u sin theta that into time t minus half gt square. Simplify it. What you are getting as t here? What you will get the result of t here after solving this equation? Tell me. If you simplify this equation, what will be your answer as the value of t? Will it be something t is equal to 2u sin theta whole divided by g, yes or no? If you simplify this one, won't you get t as 2u sin theta by g? Tell me yes or no. Won't you get t as 2u sin theta by g? If you get t as 2u sin theta by g, right? If you get t as 2u sin theta by g, then yes, we are getting the, sorry, not this one, we are getting this result again. We are getting this result again. Yes or no? We are getting same result of t, that is 2u sin theta by g.